Is it advisable for you to prepare your own feeds for your animals? Hi ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome back to this channel. Today I'm going to be talking about the importance and also the disadvantages of you having your own feed mill. The answer to this question, whether it's important for you to have your own feed prepared by yourself or you have to buy the readily available ones, is dependent on so many things. The first thing you need to consider is, if you are a small scale farmer, it's not always advisable for you to have your feed mill set up. It's not always advisable for you to prepare your meal yourself, especially if you're going to be using machine. But if you're going to be using the older method, of course you can do that yourself. And when it comes to pricing of these ingredients for preparing the livestock feeds, you will observe that it's very expensive if you're buying low quantity. Let's take for instance, if you want to buy like 100 kg of corn, you might end up buying per kg at the rate of 250 naira. However, if you're going to be buying like 1000 kg or more, you might be able to negotiate to 220 naira. So the slight difference in that pricing will be able to save you. At the same time, if you are into small scale farming, I will advise, instead of you having to invest heavily on the machineries for now, why don't you just invest that same amount into your farm, and when you see the result, you can now plan to start having your own machines to mill your own feeds. A lot of people have thought probably trying to discourage them from having their own feed mill. Of course, is a path that I've already tread myself, and I come to a realization when it was almost too late. Because, ladies and gentlemen, if you're into large scale farming, it's advisable for you to have your feed mill, for you to prepare your meal yourself, because of so many reasons. You cannot 100% have assurance that your meal is well prepared, or if you have to go elsewhere to do it. But if you do it yourself, you'll be able to monitor it. Gentlemen, if you are interested in having these machines on your farm, I have some companies at my beck and call that can do both the local fabrication and also the foreign made machines installed on your farm. And when I say locally fabricated ones, yes, they will do the same thing with the foreign made ones. The only difference is that no difference, they will do the same thing. This same machine can be used for any other livestock, because even if you are into fish farming, you will need a crusher, you need pulverizer, you need mixer, and you see all these things. You can use it for, if you are into pig farming, you will use it. If you are into cattle rearing, you will need it. If you are into poultry, you will need it as well. And also, at my point home, I want to tell you that if you are a small scale farmer, please, you don't need to invest heavily on machineries, whereas your farm is suffering. So it's always advisable you invest that same amount of money into your farm rather than having to first run for machines. Gone were the days when you having your own machines as a small scale farmer really pays. But nowadays, things have gone really up. Things are expensive. The raw materials, they are no more friendly, especially if you are not planting them yourself. So it's always advisable for you to wait until when you have a medium scale or large scale farm before you can think of setting up your own feed mill. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to believe with this video I've not been able to confuse you, but rather to convince you to know the difference between and also the benefits of having a feed mill